Hello, this is part 48 of Airbnb Clone rubyonrails series. And before I move on to the project, this is one stat. Actually, there are two stats that I'm worried about. One is we have like out of 100%, only 27% are subscribed. So I would encourage everyone to subscribe to these videos. I have been posting video daily. Right now I'm focused on the Airbnb clone series, but I do plan to add more content which is independent of series. But for that, I'd like to get better first, and then I'll work on that. Better in terms of health first. And second, which is a worrying thing, is that this is something that obviously you cannot do anything, but female participation in these videos is less. Obviously, in general, female ratio is less in tech industry, but I would still not think that it would be zero, right? So yeah, I hope this stat uh, basically improves later on, so that we can have more female participation also. And that being said, there are few comments through which I would like to go. First is from, I don't know their name. Okay, this is in some foreign language, so let me do one thing. By the way, they do create their own videos also, so please consider subscribing to them. Let me try. I'm not fully sure, but let me try what their name is. Alexander Ruban. Okay. Uh, okay. That was a bit of digression, but the point is that thanks to them, they have mentioned some tips to how we can optimize on our previous code. I have kept this in my note, and let me write a comment. Yes, you're right. Thanks a lot. Detailed. Yeah, so I'll apply all these changes at the end of the series. There are a couple of more comments from previous videos also. I have all those things in my mind. It's just that I don't want to I want to focus more on the basics part, even if the code is not that optimized. We will optimize code at the end of the series. At that point, it would be much more easier to make viewers understand why we are doing XYZ thing. That being said, I still encourage on each and every video that if you have found even a typo or even a naming convention that we can improve, please comment on it and we would like to address it. That being said, there have been some nice comments also, so thanks a lot. Another comment was that when we will deploy this project, and I think when will this project end? So at this point we have almost finished 16 hours of content, and I believe there would be 10 to 13 hours of more content. uh, I'm not fully sure, but I think it would be that much. We have property booking pending, Google Maps pending, uh, payment integration, and then there will be admin dashboard. In admin dashboard, I am thinking that I won't focus a lot on UI. I will keep the UI very basic, because we have already gone in depth in UI in previous screens, and I think that's it. So yeah, again, to revise, keep comments coming on up. If you have any suggestion, feel free to mention it. And if you have any if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing. That being said, in my last commit on my github.com/rt494/airbnb, you can have a look at this commit 47118bf. In that, I had added one more model, which is a share model. Let me show it to you. So in last video, I showed you how you can display amenities, how you can display reviews, even though the UI is not perfect, but for now it will work for me, and how you can use show more. Along with that, I have implemented this model also. I haven't implemented each and everything in this, but I have implemented some of this. Okay, so for example, this. Okay, uh, so you can implement other share related details also, but I have committed that code just so that if anyone wants to go to my pull request, they can find it. The commit name is design all models final, and you can find these first six characters 4711 8p. So yeah, that being said, now I want to focus on this component part because I think it's high time we move on from the UI. So let's focus on creating the UI of this component part first, and then we will we will implement the backend. So let me check how many 5 minutes we have already crossed. Really sorry, my health is not that good yet. Let me find this $192, right? So let me go to our code $192. Okay, if you don't have it, earlier there were three sections in my main on my show.html ERB file. One was headline, share, wish list, second was image gallery, and finally we have property info. In property info, I'm trying to find $192, which is booking component. Let me get rid of this and see if this entire right side has been removed. Yes, so let's paste this again. I remove this h2, or I'll write booking information. Okay, refresh. We don't have this reviews part, so let's get rid of this. I think instead of this add it to bag, I'll get rid of everything. Okay, I'll get rid of that also. First we'll focus on only on the UI part. Let's refresh this. Now let's go to this code. We have a card here, so let's go to Tailwind UI. Card, not card heading, card. Maybe testimonial UI might be that. No. This one. Nope. Sorry. Okay, no worries, we'll create this card. So let me inspect, and okay, we can add border to this border, and I just keep forgetting TailwindCSS border. Border radius, in radius we can use LG large. Let's see how it looks at first. Looks fine. Now we have to give elevation, and roundedness we can increase to 2XL. This is pure UI part, so if you want you can skip it a bit. 2XL. Let me give padding of PY4 PX2. Yes, or maybe P4. And shadow. Shadow large, let's try that. Instead of shadow large, shadow excel. Looks fine to me. Yeah, looks fine. And we don't have this divider, so where is this coming from? Border right should be there. Border right, border gray color. Anywhere else? Let's refresh. We still have it in amenities, so let's go to our amenities. Border right. We don't need, border is generally used to separate things, right? But here we are using the elevation of the card, so I think keeping the border is redundant. This is how it is looking now, which I think it's fine. Now let's add details. But it's taking full width, full height. So let's get rid of that height part. Booking component. Why is it taking full height? Inspect. Okay. I think this row is span 3. Looks good. Now we just have to add the details. We added P4, right? I think we'll have to increase this to P6. Yes. Now let's add details. We can add this. We had added pricing on our home, right? So we can go to home, index, price, this one. Let's copy this entirely, and instead of $192 we'll use this. It's not working. Why is it not working? Add that property. Yes, 72 per night. In this night text is small, right? Text large. Font light. Now we'll go to font medium, it's fine. Text 3XL. Refresh, $72 per night. Let's reduce this size and make this bold or semi bold. Looks a bit like that only. Now we need this input. We won't use a number guest drop down because from earlier only we had decided that we want to keep separate bedrooms. It is easy to do, but I don't want to go in depth of that. It would be sort of repetition for us. So if there is a booking, the entire property is getting booked. Okay. So now let's go to Tailwind UI, components, input groups, We want a text above and text bottom. Okay, something like this. Wait. Let me see how I want to arrange this. I'll create a div inside which I'll keep these two. Button is already outside. So this div is there. Let's copy this, paste this, name this class as flex. Let's see how it looks. Refresh. Okay, I have to get rid of this in between border. Margin of 4. Refresh. 4 is fine, or should we increase this? Let's increase this to 6. Refresh. Looks fine. I would reduce the margin of a button to 4. Roundedness we can increase. So rounded MD, instead of grade we'll use grade 900, 800 ring. $800 will be way too much. 500, and let's try 600. That's also way too much. 400. Refresh. Looks fine. 400 looks fine. Now let's get rid of the corners. Rounded. I want left side to be rounded. LLG. Okay. And right side. Looks fine. The inner margin is a bit more, but I think that's fine. You can fix that easily, right? That being said, maybe we need to increase this. LG, refresh. Yeah, it looks a bit more smooth. Now fix this reserve. Instead of add, background indigo 600. Instead of that, let's use primary. We have this primary color, and indigo 700. Instead of that, let's use primary dark. Let's refresh. Yeah, looks a bit more fine. Now I'll set up this. You won't be charged yet. Okay, so let's do this. We want this text to be light. let's refresh text center. Let's decrease its size. Font, no, text small. Text SM, small should be SM. Yes, now let's add py6, or py4 was enough. Py4. Now I'll add this table also. Left right, left right, left right, left right. Okay. Div slash div class flags. Actually there should not be any flags, but instead margin top 2. This flex justify between. We want a space between two items. And let's copy this for now. Okay, we won't make them clickable, but yeah, we won't make them clickable. P looks fine. We can decrease the font size. Sorry, make the font a bit lighter. We have done that. Let's do same thing. Airbnb service fee, and in this we can write rupees 704. Refresh, looks fine. We need margin. Then we need this divider, which I'll put outside. For that I can go to Tailwind. I think we should have created a divider partial, because this website does use a lot of dividers. And we don't need this continue. Good. Looks good. Now we'll go to total this. Okay, so for that again I'll copy this and I'll paste it outside this. Wait, I made a mistake. Divider, I want this to be that was correct. Let's refresh. Let's get rid of this margin top, we don't need that. Refresh. Let's make it semi bold. Refresh. Semi bold is way too much, let's make it medium and refresh. Looks good. Total before taxes, total before taxes. Okay, 569. Let's refresh. I think this looks good to me. If we compare it, let's me bring this. Yeah, so if we compare it side by side, I think this looks fine. Not that bad. Even though this divider is noticeable that it's double, but I think it's fine. We can live with that, and you won't be charged with this. So in next video, what we'll do is we'll set up the backend or the dates part. Okay, whatever suits us. That's it for now. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.